What up? Think I'm live now. Let me go check the stream. It's a little dark right now. So I'm about to go for a scooter ride. Let me know how the audio is, and then we'll get going. It's gonna be a little dark right now because I keep looking down. Hello, hello. So how's the audio? Alright, audio is fine. So I'm just gonna go for a ride around town. And I got my 360 camera here, which I'm gonna be doing something with that later if it looks good. Right now I'm in a dark area, but I will be going into a much brighter area of town. And I got these gloves on. They're touchscreen, but I'm not used to them. They're pretty nice. But right now you're not going to see much of anything until I get going. But I'm going to go ahead and start this 360. Start riding around town. See if I remember how to do this right. Alright, 360. Start recording, there we go. Alright, so yeah, it is cold because it's like I was gonna start when it was daylight, but one second. Okay, I thought someone was calling me or something. But anyway, let me go to a brighter area and then tell a little story. Get out of the dark area. I already got the 360 going. Go to a brighter part of town. Maybe I'll go to the Walmart parking lot. Oh, and by the way, if it hasn't started getting choppy yet, it will get choppy when I start riding. But there will be an HD version that I will upload later. But it will probably be choppy on the ride. Unless it's different at night time. That's usually where I start, right there. But I saw that car there and I'm like, nah, I'll start somewhere else. So I went to the hospital parking lot and it's a lot darker there. It's pretty chilly out. I am bundled up. I wanted to come out and do a nighttime live stream, and so I got my pajamas on and then sweatpants over that, and then I got a t-shirt, sweater, and then a vest, and then a down jacket on top of all that. And I'm still a little chilly, but I'm a lot more comfortable than I would have been if I didn't dress up. Hopefully it's not all choppy, because I noticed that with my last two live streams, that I start writing and then it gets all choppy. But I wonder if it's because it's recording each version of the, but anyway, I got the 8 version, so after live stream I use upload the 80 version. Get stuck at this. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Yeah, we got a car behind me, so it's gonna change. And there's a cart in the way. Alright, I'll pull over here. So, I was gonna start at around 7 o'clock. It is 8:30 now, but I was gonna start at 8 o'clock or 7, And what happened was I was getting ready, and I was putting the camera on the helmet, and I ended up knocking my helmet down. And yeah, I'm gonna pull over here real quick. So yeah, I was putting the GoPro on the helmet, and I ended up knocking my helmet down, and when it hit the floor, the chin mount that I got from chinmounts.com just flew off with the camera and everything, and it left the sticky part on the camera. So you know, and this is from Chin Mounts. You know, they're a pretty well-known brand, you know, for chin mounts on helmets for your GoPro. So yeah, it just came off, left the sticky on the helmet. So took the camera off the mount and got a lighter and heated up the you know, the sticky, and I stuck the mount back on, pressed it on there real good and held it, and luckily it came off, you know, now instead of on the road. But I don't have I didn't have a tether on it. I do now, but I didn't have a tether on the helmet, you know, for the GoPro. So now I got a tether on it, and I made sure I heated up, you know, that sticky on the tether and stuck it on the helmet real good. And so I got out late. You know, I wanted to start in the daylight and then go into night. But anyway, so how was the ride, you know, when I got on the road? Did it get all choppy, or did it stay yeah, pretty clear? It keeps telling me the stream health is always excellent, but I don't know. I get home and look at the stream, and then it's all choppy. But yeah, if it was choppy, then if you didn't hear me earlier, you know, I'm all bundled up. I got my pajamas and then sweatpants on top of that, so that keeps my legs warm. I got a t-shirt, sweater, vest, and then a down jacket. And it is pretty windy. Also, when I came out and I started riding, it sprinkled a little, which surprised me because it's not supposed to rain. There are rain clouds going by, but pretty clear over here, but back behind me are some rain clouds passing by. So yeah, let me know how the ride was, and if it got choppy, as it tends to be much better once I stop. Yeah, I like the headlight on this, especially the high beam, but I try not to high beam on the main roads when where there's more cars, because I'm not sure how it looks, you know, when it's coming at you, but it shines out there pretty far. So if anybody is chatting, I'm not seeing it because they stopped coming in. So let me check the stream again. So yeah, if you're still in here, anybody, let me know how everything's looking and sounding. I'm gonna turn off this 360 camera. not waste the battery. Hello, hello, is anybody still in here? Yeah, type something here. Can you guys still... Alright, can you guys still chat, because nothing's coming in. Okay. Well, I'm gonna head on back on the road. I'll stay on the main road so it's you know, bright enough to see. So, by the way, before I go, the ride earlier when I was on the road, did it get all choppy or did it stay clear? Not sure how much of a delay there is on this. But yeah, this is a 2024 Tank 200 Deluxe. And it's a deluxe because it comes with side boxes that you can attach to the side. They're hard boxes. You can put them on the side. The standard version does not come with the side boxes. So yeah, that starting thing. So yeah, it started doing that to me too. I got 2,474 miles on it. Not sure when it started exactly, but until it warms up, it does die on me. Like if I start it up and just don't move, it'll sit there and idle, and then I let it warm up for a couple minutes, and then it's fine. If I start it up and then I hit the road, the first stop sign I get to will die. So I gotta start it back up, and then I get to the second stop sign, it might die again, start it up, but by the third or fourth stop sign, you know, it stops dying on me and it's warmed up. So not exactly sure what that is. I haven't really bothered with it because, you know, for now, as long as I let it idle for a couple minutes before I hit the road, then you know, it's fine, and then it won't die again, you know, until it's cold. So I'm gonna get back on the road, go for a ride. So if it does get choppy, just know that I will upload an HD version because it's recording onto the GoPro SD card. So I'm gonna get this 360 going again. Not sure exactly what I'm gonna do with it. I've made something before, and I just don't use the camera much, so I'm gonna bring it out, see if I can make something out of it. But yeah, if it does get choppy, then there's an HD version coming. So just gonna get back on the road. So I'm way up at the north end of town. I'm just gonna go all the way down to the south end. A few miles. I think the cycle skipped me, but now I got a car behind me. It's a little windy too. I think I need to pull over again and check something, because I don't know, for some reason the front tire doesn't feel right. Come over here in the light. There's one thing after another. First the GoPro comes off the helmet, and then now the front tire doesn't feel right, so I hope it's got air in it. Hold up, I'm wondering, since it is kind of chilly, some tires do kind of feel weird until I ride for a bit and they warm up. But for some reason, it kind of felt like I had a flat, but it's fine. It's aired up, it's rock solid. Probably just still cold, because I haven't really ridden that much yet. Just came out, started recording, and then went to Walmart. And when I get to the other side of town, I'll check the chat again. Kind of hard to do that while riding, because I can't see the phone when I'm looking ahead. I gotta tilt my head all the way down just to look at my phone. I think that van wanted me to go around him, that's why he stayed over, but I'm not going that fast. Not talking too much while I'm riding because I don't know how choppy it is. That discount liquor store has been robbed so many times. And it happens in the middle of the day too. Right in the middle of the day. You know, bright sunny day, and people go in and rob it. Over. Right. Old J.B. Penney for years, but just been see up there. Here says how to reconnect. Maybe I'm in a bad area. I don't know. And the thing is, the stream health says that it's good, so let me move again. Oh wait a minute, it looks like it's coming back now. Yeah, I don't know. It looks like it's back for now. And I think the chats are on delay. I start talking to you guys, and then I ask you questions, and then the chat takes a while to come in. They're still looking good. up. Glad I bundled up because I'm on. And I'm wondering if it's gonna help that viewing team while I'm. It's still so choppy here, so I might go to a location. I'll do that. Yeah, it seems like and then the chats come in. Alright, hopefully this will be a better spot. So I'll see what it looks like. I just had the stream up and then I got it turned down. Hearing it. So, yeah, that's why I get like this. I'm wondering if it is because it's also recording the HD version on the SD card. I wouldn't think that it's because I'm watching the stream on my phone. It's just bad service around here. Cause this spot that I'm sometimes are great service, and other times how long have I been streaming? 37 minutes. For any Green there, you got Keith there, and you got McDonald's Vale there, and on the other side of that, here's McDonald's. Go through the chat, see if I missed anything. Yeah, sir, I saw that earlier. Went out for a ride too. Getting out. Still a little chilly at night. Getting in the daytime. Hey, check my gas. See how much gas I got. 4 bars on it. I've gone 69.8 miles on this tank so far. I usually get about 80 to 90. So I think I'm gonna get back on the road again. Like I said, HD version of the live is coming. I don't want it to be just sitting here all the time. Get on the road. Let me get moving and check in. Nope, not yet. I'm not really sure where to go or what to do. I just want to ride. I wanted to ride and I wanted to live stream, but I got nothing to talk about. Yeah, that's pretty much what tonight is. I wanted to ride and I wanted to live stream, but nothing to talk about. Go to another parking lot. See if the stream gets choppy while I'm sitting here. There's not too much of a delay on the stream. So 87, you said you went riding today. How was your ride? Yeah, I think lives really only work well when they're stationary. I'm seeing my stream too, and I get on the road and it just gets all choppy. I don't know how others do it. They just must have better service or something. Or maybe they hotspot off on one phone and then view it on another phone. I'm gonna have to do a test where I do a live stream and then just leave the phone on I guess on this screen here, which is the GoPro app. Just shows the stream health. Just do a test where I don't view the live stream as I'm live streaming. And then I'll do a test where I don't save the HD version on the SD card. See if that helps. Because what it's doing, it's running the live stream on my phone's hotspot. The GoPro is saving an HD version on the SD card. I'm viewing the live stream on my phone, the same phone. But then again, it could just be the spotty service, because I already have spotty service in this town. So I don't know. But since like I said, I keep saying it over and over, the HD version of the live is coming. So longer I sit here, you're just watching a live stream of me watching the live stream. So I'm just gonna do my ride, enjoy myself, and then at some point later tonight or tomorrow, the HD version will be up, and I'll probably edit out all the stops, and that way it's just a ride. Whoa, that guy almost pulled out in front of me. Not paying attention, almost made me T-bone him. I'm definitely not speeding either because it's 45 through here, and I think I was going like maybe 40, I don't know. I'll have to look at the video, but I was definitely under 45. Yeah, I'm gonna go to that stop sign, the one I showed the other day, and I'm gonna show you if I were to follow the traffic laws perfectly at the stop sign, I would be riding right along here, and I would stop right here and then go around the curve, and that's just stupid. Nobody stops there. Nobody goes near that stop sign. They just go around the curb. I'm trying to go slow now so that hopefully the stream doesn't get choppy. But I'm gonna go straight ahead, and then I'll turn on my high beam. Because the low beam is, you know, good enough, but then I get on a darker road. If I turn on the high beam, it goes way out there. I'll go ahead and turn it back off. There's the low beam, and there's the high beam. The engine brake on this thing is pretty aggressive. I don't like it. Especially if I'm already going slow. Then the engine brake wants to throw me forward until it gets down to 12 miles per hour, and then at 11 it kicks off. Turn my high beam off. up there. I can do good enough. Even if the camera can't, I can. So, if that car up there at that trailhead is gone, I'll pull in there and read any chats if I got any, and then I'm gonna end the live stream. Looks like that parking lot is empty, so I'll pull in there and wrap it up. Alright, so not sure how long this has been going. 57 minutes now, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the live stream here. Or I could sit here and talk for a bit, because I think the stream has always been good at this spot. So I don't know, I'm not ready to go home yet. So I don't know if you saw that earlier, or if the stream was all choppy, but this car almost pulled out in front of me on the main road. And I'm not sure if it was a man or a woman. I'd have to look at the video. But whoever it was started to pull out and hit their brakes, and I hit my brakes, and had the car pulled all the way out. I think I could have stopped in time, because I was almost stopped, but yeah, I almost T-boned the car because they wasn't paying attention. But I caught it, I stopped in time, the car stopped in time, so all's good. Nice and bright here. There's a trailhead, starts right over there by that bridge. And well, it actually starts like way down at the other end of town, because what they did was they took out an old railroad that was shut down way back when I was a kid. And for a while the tracks stayed there, and I forget which year they took them out, but when they took out the tracks, they turned it into a concrete trail. So there's a trail that starts way over on the other end of town, south end of town, and it just follows the old railroad tracks, and then it comes right down here, and then over this way, and they built onto it too, so it goes off from, you know, the trail of where the tracks used to be, and so the tracks didn't actually come through here, but you know, they brought it down here, and it goes back there, and then around over there and across the bridge, and then from here it's supposed to go all the way out to Thousand Hills State Park, which is, I forget how far it is out on the highway. Maybe like 5 to 7 miles, but the trail, the walking trail, will be about 4 miles out to Thousand Hills State Park. Alright, I got some chats here. I haven't been paying attention. Just bought a new tank, gonna be here tomorrow. Hopefully it is tomorrow, because when I ordered mine, it got delayed 3 times. It made me mad. And what really makes me mad is because during the time that I ordered it, I was trying to plan the delivery day perfectly, because at the time my dad was still around, and you know, and he was doing you know, his health was going downhill, and I pretty much had the only working schedule, you know, to be around him and work with him, you know, because everybody else worked, and you know, and I quit working. I do DoorDash and Walmart deliveries, so I had the schedule to take him to all of his doctor's appointments and hospital visits and dialysis. So when I ordered the scooter, I was trying to plan it out perfectly, you know, to be delivered on a day that I knew I could be around to, you know, be home. So they delayed it once, and then got another day scheduled. They delayed it again, and then it actually got delivered the day after my dad passed away. And you know, what really pisses me off is because my dad has always been my #1 fan on YouTube. You know, anytime I'd go camping or hiking and upload videos, you know, just anything I did on YouTube, he was like, you know, the first one to watch it and comment on it and tell me, you know, if I'd go camping out in the middle of winter, you know, it'd be like 20 degrees, and he'd see that video and he's like, son, you need to be careful out there. You know, it's like, I know, Dad, I know what I'm doing. And you know, and he was always worried about me riding scooters, because I had the 50cc I was riding, and you know, my dad always had stories. Everything I did, he had a story for it. You know, something happened to a friend of his when he was camping, or you know, a buddy of his got killed on a motorcycle, and you know, so when I ordered the scooter, I really wanted him to see it. You know, even though it was an upgrade to the 50cc and it was a faster scooter, I knew, you know, he'd have more stories and you know, and be worried about me and all that, but I really wanted him to see this scooter. And the shipping got delayed 3 times, and then it delivered the day after he passed away. So in a way, it's like, you know, I wish you would have seen it. You know, I would have brought it over and been like, you know, hey, here's my new scooter. But then again, You know, I know that all the videos I've done with it, you know, he would have been watching them videos like, you know, just worried. But yeah, that's the story of how, you know, I got this scooter, like the delivery process anyway. Let's see here. Yeah, it was delayed once already. And yeah, and that's another thing. It's when it got delayed, it was so close to me. Like, it was already in Missouri. It was just, you know, maybe 2 or 3 hours away. And you know, and had I had a truck or someone, you know, with a truck, you know, I would have just scheduled to go pick it up. But then again, you know, I had to stick around town because I was taking care of my dad. So I was just trying to set it up to where I'd be home when it came. I want to go camping on this thing again. So the way my schedule works, so right now there's school. So my son is in kindergarten, and then my wife works, and then I go out and I DoorDash and do Walmart deliveries, and well, wind's almost blowing me over. So yeah, and then pick my son up for school. So then, and we don't use babysitters. You know, we never had a babysitter. Even if we wanted one, we couldn't afford it. You know, we just decided, you know, we don't want to do the babysitter route. You know, so when he's home, one of us is home. So I pick him up from school, and then later pick her up from work, and then I go back out and, you know, DoorDash but her days off is on, you know, school days. So then, you know, right now there's not a day where I can go camping because well, one, she doesn't drive. She's from the Philippines. She came here 8 years ago. We only got one car, and I'm the one that drives it, and you know, so she just hasn't learned to drive or got her license yet, you know. And so we got the one car, so I'm everybody's ride, and if there's school or she's at work, you know, I'm the one that picks them up, drops them off. So you know, right now the schedule is, you know, there is not a night off where I can go camping, you know, until school's out. Because once school's out, then I can go camping because he'll be home and she'll be home on her day off. So I have one night. When school is out, I'll have one night a week where I can go camping if I want. And you know, so I miss camping. I pretty much had to stop, you know, a while back when I was taking care of my dad. And back then, you know, she had different work hours and different schedules, so I did have, you know, a night off where I could go camping up until I had to start sticking around town for my dad. But then her hours changed, and then school started, and it's like, you know, the schedule's just not right now. But once school is out, I'll have one night a week where I can go camping, and I'm going to start camping again because I miss it. And I'm going to go scooter camping, and you know, camping's coming back. That's how the channel started, and I want to get back to it. And then but first thing we're gonna do once school's out is we're going on vacation, and gonna go out to New York. I have one sister that lives out in New York, and I moved out there, years ago, and lived out there for about 5 years before I met my wife and brought her to the U.S. and then we came back to my hometown, so that she could be around all my family. But yeah, we haven't been to New York since we moved back to Missouri. So we're gonna go out and see my sister and then come back, and then I got a trip that I'm planning to 87. Are you still here? Cause after that vacation to New York, I'm coming down and we're gonna ride. And then sometime after that, I'll start camping again. Let's see here, miles per gallon. I don't know exactly the miles per gallon. I know when I fill it up and I reset the trip, it's a 1.3 gallon tank, I think. 1.3 or 1.4. And I filled up, and right now it's at 74 miles and it's got 3 bars left. So it gets about 80 to 90 miles to a tank. And that's if I run it down to the last bar and it's like blinking. When it's blinking, then that's about 80 to 90 miles. And then depends on how I rode too. Like if it was just all in town riding, it's a little higher. Out on the highway, it goes down a little bit faster. So yeah, 80 to 90 miles per tank on a 1.3 gallon tank. So I can't math right now, so that's my answer. See what we got here. See, how tall are you, Ride Explorer? 'Cause I'm 5'9", and when I sit here where I'm supposed to be on the seat, I'm not flat footing. It's about, not my tippy toes either, but almost flat foot. Whenever I put my legs up, I kind of scoot back on the seat a little, and then I'm, kind of tippy toe if I don't slide down. 5'1", oh, I don't know, because I'm 5'9", so you may have to sit, pretty far forward in order to, maybe tippy toe it. But are you 5'1" and long legs, or are you 5'1" and short legs? I know some people, and I never heard of this until, I think last week I was watching a video, and someone said that, they lowered their scooter, some kind of kit to, lower it. So, I don't know if it can be done on this thing. It does set pretty high off from the ground. I don't know if there's, a way to lower it. But apparently you can do that on scooters. Yeah, my writing setup to record. I know when I jumped into this whole well, before I was doing scooter videos, I was already making YouTube videos, going camping, hiking, kayaking, and I'd have chest mounts and tripods and just all kinds of things that I gathered over time. I have like a lot of GoPro accessories. Most of them I don't even use, but the ones I use help a lot. So when I got the helmet, it's like, alright, I got the helmet, now I need the helmet mount, and now I need a microphone, and I need to set it up inside the helmet so that I don't have to mess with it. So I went in there and I just took the helmet apart under the chin and hid the wires and taped it and just got it all set up. So now all I have to do is pop the GoPro on and then plug in the microphone. So I don't know if you can see that in the mirror, but you can just got the GoPro set up on the helmet. I don't know, maybe you can see it, maybe not, I don't know. But I just if I want to set something up, I want to set something up right. Like this 360 camera here. I got this I'm going to pop this on the center stand. And so this clamp mount here, it's for handlebars, and then you can adjust it wherever you want it, tighten it up real good. So put that on the handlebar. And it doesn't matter exactly where the camera is when you put it on there, because it's a 360 camera. So if you're recording in 360 mode, it's going to capture everything around it. And then I can just grab whatever part of the video I want. I can frame it onto me and have it perfectly framed and straight, and then save it like that and make an entire video just like what the GoPro sees, just framed and stationary. And or I can make there's all kinds of things you can do with 360 videos. I made a couple shorts with the Insta360 app that I put up. So if you search Insta360 on my shorts, you'll see them. But yeah, I had it mounted here, I had it mounted in front and the back, and then I just stitched it all together and made a video out of that. And then I think I uploaded a couple 360 videos just riding through town, and you can turn your phone and just look around me as you turn your phone, or you can swipe the screen and just look around, which those didn't really turn out as good as I thought, because these things in 360, when you're filming 360, it like records in 5K. And but I don't know, I'm not like a pro editor, so maybe I could have fixed it, but just the 360 mode by itself, where you can like swipe it or turn your phone, it doesn't really look that good. And I don't know if it because, you know, when it's 360 it's stretched out, so maybe it pixelated. But if you like grab frames out of it, you know, it looks good. So wide tank 200. Well, I'm not exactly rich. I want something a lot better than this, but I'm not rich. I want a Honda ADV 160. Which I'm probably going to wait on that now because I heard that there was a recall on them. Something to do with the oil or something. Basically, if it's not fixed, then the people who have the ADV 160s right now, if they don't stop riding, there's a possibility that their engine can blow up. Like while they're on the road, their engine can just blow up. So, and it's the 2024 and the 2025. But yeah, basically, I kind of live with the, you know, get what I want now and pay bills later type of life. I mean, I already screwed up my credit years ago, you know, and, you know, we get by, we make enough to get by, you know, so if we want something nice, well, me anyway, you know, my wife tells me, you know, I need to save, but, I live with the, you know, I live by, you know, get that nice thing now, and then, you know, the bill's a week or two late, and then I pay it, you know, because I can't save up for it. You know, if I were, this was, I think, $2,400, I can't save up $2,400, you know, that something else will come along and I'll buy that, you know. So, tax time came February last year, and I'm like, alright, I want this scooter. I need an upgrade from the 50cc. I can afford this with the tax money, so I got it. And you know, and that's why I got the Tank 200. And so far, yeah, I like it. It's been good. No major problems yet. You know, I mentioned the you know, now if I don't let it warm up when I start it cold, you know, it wants to die on me. But, you know, like I said, if I start it up, let it sit there and idle for like 3 minutes, then it's fine. So, I'm not going to bother with it until it, you know, starts to not want to run. And then I'll, you know, look into it. That camera is sweet. Yeah, this is the GoPro Hero 12. Another thing that I bought because I wanted it, and then some bill got pushed aside. But I get the bills paid. It's just, you know, if I want this scooter, if I want this GoPro Hero 12, if I want this Insta360, you know, I do good one week of, you know, door dashing and Walmart deliveries, and it was a good week, and I got the money for it. It's like, okay, it's either now or never. So I get the camera, and then next week, you know, I'll pay the bill. Not the best way to live, you know, but, you know, in certain situations, you know, as long as you do keep the lights on and the water running, you know, get what you want. And, you know, as long as you're putting it to use. You know, I use this scooter for door dashing, not just making videos. You know, when it's warm enough, I door dash on this thing. I save a ton of money on gas. because I got a 98 RAV4 5-speed manual, so you know, because it's manual, but it's starting to get hot. So the AC, so the gas goes down a lot quicker. But I ride this thing, and then I say, so you know, I'm putting it to use. The cameras, I use it, you know, to make my YouTube videos, and even though I don't make very much on YouTube, you know, I barely break $100. You know, $100, you know, in that calendar month, it's not gonna pay out until the next month. So like last month, what was it? I forget what month it is. It's April. So in March, yeah, I got out. Was it March 1st? So for the month of not reach $100. It was close. It was like $97. And then so that 97 rolls over into April, and so at the end of April, I will get that payout in May. So whatever that 97 goes up to by the end of April, that will be my payout in May. So yeah, the cameras, you know, even though I'm not making a lot of money on YouTube, you know, it's making money. So I bought the scooter, I use it for DoorDash, save on gas. I bought the cameras, I use it for YouTube, I get some money out of it. Like for example, I need new tires on that RAV4. So my next YouTube payout is gonna get at least a set of 2. And then, you know, I'll just save up what I can, you know, to get 2 more. But my next YouTube payout will give me at least 2 tires. And I need 4 new tires on my car. Yeah, how long has this been going now? 1 hour 27, that's my longest stream. So, yeah, while we're here, I'll show you. I made a short the other day showing my DoorDash setup with the bag. So, this rack here, the silver rack, came with the bag. I already had the black rack on here, and hopefully that wind is not messing with the mic. But yeah, I already had this black rack. Well, the size of the bag is this rack. Well, I wanted the rack to be under the entire bag, but I didn't want it to be like sticking way out like this. You know, the farther it sticks out, the more it bounces. So I set it up, you know, right at the end here, and then I cut this off right here, so that way I can still open my seat. And that's where the gas goes. So if I need gas, I have to unhook the bag and slide it back. But yeah, that's what it sits on. And then I got all these little hose clamps on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So if I want to take this rack off, I can just take the hose clamps off. But yeah, that's what my bag sits on right here, and I had to cut this to open my seat. And don't have too much in here. I got my air pump for the tires, some tools. I got an extra belt, 2 extra belts, drive belts, with the you know, the tool for you know, taking the clutch assembly apart, and some extra gloves and bungee cords. So if I ever shred a belt on the road, I can at least fix it. See, the front of the seat, like a lot of cushion inside. So let me open this up again. So yeah, it's a pretty big seat. I mean, you can see it's pretty thick. As far as how much cushion is in it, it doesn't seem like there's much. I mean, right here at the tip, you know, that's pretty thick right there. Along here, it's like, you know, the plastic is right on the other side of it. But yeah, this is pretty thick right here. I usually sit way up here past this line because I got long legs. So if I sat where I'm supposed to, this is where my knees are, and I'd say about a fist, you know, fist length to the handlebars. But I like to scoot back a little, so then now I got like a fist and a half of length. So when I scoot back like this, I'm sitting kind of right up here above the line, and this squishes down. I'm about, I'd say 195. Yeah, about 195-ish. So when I sit up here like that, you know, it squishes down and it's not uncomfortable. And it is getting really windy out here. So yeah, I don't know, you might be able to, you know, if you're good at stitching, probably right here is where you know, because there's the stitch right there, and then you got the stitch right there, and then right along the back here. So yeah, if you wanted to, you know, take all the stitching out here and kind of take that out and then stitch it back up. But if you know what you're doing, I know I wouldn't. I'd cut this open and never get it back together. I'd have to buy another seat. But I might ride just a little bit longer, maybe another 10-15 minutes, maybe do a big loop, and cause I'm not ready to go home yet, so I'll do another loop. It might get choppy again, but I think it might be a little too windy, so I'll do a loop, come back here, and then I'll end the vlog. But hopefully it won't get too choppy. It probably will. And I do not know how long this GoPro has left on it, so if it cuts out, then I'll see you next time. But if not, yeah, I'm gonna do this hill. Turn on my high beams. do this hill right here. And I'll loop around and go back to the parking lot. Yeah, it is really starting to get chilly now, so I'll head back to the parking lot and go ahead and say my goodbyes, and then I'll end the stream. And my nose is starting to get runny. Alright. Yeah, it's a lot colder now, so I think I'm going to go ahead and say my goodbyes on this stream before the GoPro cuts out, because I know it's probably pretty close to dying. My nose is all runny, and I'm starting to feel the cold.